Okay, here we go. All right. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I have some new stuff to show you. So I'm just going to get set up with a couple things here really quick, and then we will get rolling. Okay? So, let me see. What is it? Let me grab just a couple things here. Okay. All right. Hi, Jan. Hi, Glenda. Oh, hang on. I've got a package. Hold on, my friends. Hi, thank you. See you later. Alrighty. So, today is Shopbox release day for Hero Arts. And so the box has been here since Friday, but we didn't get marketing info like a video and things like that for you guys until, like halfway through today. So that's why you are just hearing about it now. So, I am going to log into Facebook here just so I can see what is going on. And then we will go through it. So for those of you guys who are not familiar with the Shopbox from Hero Arts, basically what it is they have a big holiday release coming with stamps and dies and all kinds of goodies. And so they pick a select batch of those, and it goes out to independent stores. We have to sign up for this to get it, but it goes out to the select independent stores, and then we have these products early. So the only place you can get these is at the Shopbox participating stores for the time being. And I think that a lot of these won't even be available elsewhere for a month and a half, something like that. But don't quote me on the dates because I don't remember exactly. So, okay, so let's see who is here with me today. I see Jan is here and Glenda. Those were the two I could see on my phone. Hi, Brenda. Oh, and Fonda. Hello, hello. And Diane. Hi. Oh, yeah, I know, Crystal. I know. It feels a little early, but Christmas in July. So the weird thing is, oh, hi, Amber. You get to watch us live. Wonderful. And Susan is here. Okay. Oh, and Sue Motts. Hello, hello. Long time no see, Sue. Okay. So yes, it's really hard to do Christmas in July. And, because I feel like we just got good weather, right? And so we're just enjoying finally being able to plant and this and that. Now, here's the thing though. I have been getting, for the last couple weeks, I have been getting questions from a number of people as they come in the store. Oh, has your new Christmas started to arrive? And, you know, that kind of thing. When's it coming? This and that. And so I'm always in kind of this, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm always in kind of this sort of precarious situation because I start getting requests for Christmas now. But when I delve into it, a lot of times people just kind of want to see what's new for Christmas. They aren't ready to like get it. But then if I get it too early and people see it all, then, because usually stuff like sells the best when it's brand new at the store, right? Everybody wants something new. So then if it's been here for a little while, when people do get ready for it, then they start asking me, do you have any more coming? And so the stuff that I brought in that was new for the people that wanted it early becomes old, even though it's new. So it's kind of that sort of a situation. So what I love about the Shop Box is I have no idea what's coming. So I just sign up for the Shop Box and I open it. When I open it, that is when I get to see what is new and exciting. So we're going to kind of go through what they have here in the box. And there's some fun stuff, okay? So what I do want to show you guys first, because this little guy right here, this one's going to sell really quick, and I'm sure we're going to have to get more ordered because, so last night we were on, a couple of us as different store owners were on a chat, and we were talking about various things, and one of the store owners comes on and she says, hey, does anybody else think that reindeer from Hero Arts looks like it's a stripper reindeer? Oh my gosh. And so I hadn't opened the box yet, and so she sent a picture. And so it is just a cute little peeking reindeer. He's really, really cute. But now it's kind of like that's what you see. Once that's been tucked out there as a thing, that's what you see. But actually, I think this reindeer is really cute for making easy peasy cards, and a couple things that are kind of neat, right? One, you don't have to color the whole reindeer because you've only got part of it. But two, it is only $9.99. So really, really good price. Now, for the Shop Box, just to let you guys know, I have 3s of most things and 2s of a couple things. It's like really, it is a small sampling. But I can order more stuff and have it shipped ASAP. So, but only Shopbox stores get access to reordering the Shopbox stuff. So anyway, so this adorable little reindeer is only $9.99. And, you know, you could put some glitter on that and really go crazy. They just, for this sample one, they just colored it, not that great actually, but it is colored so you can kind of see what it looks like. Really, really cute though. And you do not have to make it into a stripper, although you can. Depends on how your holiday cards go. Okay, so next up, you know, honestly, it's been a while since we've actually seen a good candy cane die. So this one is called Candy Canes. And you actually get the 2 sizes of candy canes, and you get the background, so that it's really, really easy to do a layered candy cane. Super fast, super easy. You get 2 sizes, and you get 2 sizes of bows. This one is $19.99. Now, while we're on this sample here, let me also grab this one, because I know there was a couple ladies in here that were looking through the box earlier, and I asked them I said, if you feel like it, would you mind sorting those things into piles for me to make it easier? And so they did, but the question was, is the foliage in the package? And at that point, I hadn't even seen the stuff yet. So the answer to where is this foliage is right here. And what's kind of cool, actually, about this set is you get all the foliage. This is one of their Stamp and Cut XL dies, but you get a ton of really nice, simple holiday greetings. So the fonts are bold and clear, you know, nothing fancy, but lots of things to choose from depending on the size that you need it to be. Okay, now that being said, that is not the sentiment that's right here, but the foliage is right here. Okay, so they did a lot of, like, you know, mixing and matching. So this set is the Winter Foliage Stamp and Die, and that one is $24.99. Okay, so that is the 2 dies that are on this card. Okay, so then we're going to go into this one. Now, we've had this style of Stamp and Die cut from Hero Arts before in, obviously, not holiday, and they've been really popular. So let me see. I don't know if I've got one cut out, but right after the video live today, I will post the Shopbox video to Facebook so that you guys can kind of go through all the samples that she shows you. And she die cuts out, she stamps and die cuts all of these sentiments here. And if you've ever used a set like this from Hero Arts, what's really nice about it is these are very detailed word dies. So a lot of times when you have the word dies, they've got a much bigger shadow. These are really tight around it. So you get a nice small border that's got lots of, like, detail and edging. So, but also this one has some stuff for Thanksgiving too, because you've got a happy Thanksgiving. You've got happy fall, y'all. Grateful for you. You've got a Christmas, a winter, let it snow, and then more holidays. So it's kind of nice, actually, that on this set they put in just a touch of those fall things, because a lot of times people are looking for a happy Thanksgiving, but you don't need much more than that, whereas with the holiday stuff you do. So it's really nice, actually, that it comes with it. So this one, as the Stamp and Die, is $32.99. And so what they're doing, what Hero Arts is doing, is they're actually packaging for the bundle. They're packaging the stamps and the dies together now, and there's a savings involved from what it was when they were packaged separately. So that makes it kind of a little bit better of a value even to get that Stamp and Die combo. Okay, and then we've got this one here, and so this is their new color layering. It's a seasonal tree, and so on the back here it shows you all of the different layers. So there's a couple different greens you can do, and then you do you know, your brown and your red, and you get this beautiful little tree. So for those of you guys that haven't used these before, it's really nice to have this, you know, this diagram on the back side, so you can kind of see while you're practicing with the Stamp and Die set, or you can see how to line them up and which ones are supposed to be which colors broken out. So if you start with that lighter green and stamp this one, then, you know, the easiest way to do this, I find, is to put these in a stamp press. But if you don't have a stamp press and you want to use a stamp block, that's okay. You can totally do that too, because you want to use a nice clear stamp block, and then you just stand straight over it and you kind of move it around until it's all lined up and you stamp it. But with an organic design like the tree, okay, even if you get it just a little bit off, it's not going to make any real difference because it's just foliage. Okay, so that makes this one really, really nice and easy. And so it's got some sentiments in here. It's got those kind of things. And it's got these cute little holiday animals. And then back here also you see it's got this little sparkle above the tree if you want that. So here's this sparkle, and then here's that, that one there. Now this, it doesn't say what this is, but, you know, honestly, if it's me, I'm thinking that might be the footprints of the little animal. But But it might say on the video too, or have a sample of what that is, because I'm not sure. But that would make for a great texture stamp too. And then you've got your snowflakes as well. Okay, so this one's a little bit bigger because it is a bigger size stamp. So this is your standard size. This is your bigger size. And then you have the dies that go with it. So this one you'll definitely need to cut apart because you've got the dies tucked into that main tree. But with the large stamp set and the dies, you're looking at $38.99, and really, really easy to create, you know, some beautiful cards. But also, you guys, think about like if you did a tree in turquoise, or if you did it in pink or something like that. This could be absolutely adorable in different colors. It would be great. And my friends, if you didn't put those balls on there, right, this makes for a really nice evergreen type tree. So just some stuff to think about. Okay, and then we've got, let's do this one. Now this one I saw, so this one is called Merry Foliage, and it has your I'm just looking at that comments. I know, the reindeer, yeah. And Susan, just so you know, it was my friend Susan who came up with the stripper reindeer. So, yep. So, okay, so this one here, this one's called Merry Foliage, and it's a very simple, easy to color. If you like to color with Copics, this one is going to give you lots of room on those petals to get whimsical. But definitely watch the video for this one, because there is a card that she does that is just these embossed in like a gold glitter embossing powder. Oh, it is so pretty. And just another card where she stamped this one in red on white, and that's it, no coloring. Absolutely gorgeous. So as a flower, a simple flower, this one actually is a little bit different. And so you can do it like just like this, or you can do it like she did in some of the samples, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And so you've got your dies and also the ones that will cut out the sentiments. So you've got $32.99 on that one for the stamp and die as well. That one is the Merry Foliage. And then for those of you guys that are looking for super quick, super easy, and kind of like geometrical, this one is going to be really, really fun, because this one is $14.99. It is called Three Trees. I don't know how they came up with that name. But here's what I think could also be very cool about this one. You guys, you could create some very cool Christmas shaker tags with this. Because of the way that this is designed, right? You can take this and you could cut it right into the main piece of your cardstock, and that would create your hole to put the acetate on. And then you could actually cut this and glue it right back into the hole in a different color or in glitter, just like this one, right? And you've got a cute little shaped Christmas tree opening for the holidays. So I think this one actually has quite a few possibilities when you look at it like that. But also, if you were to take kind of a cool inked background and you cut this out, you could paper piece those ones back in, and you could have a really fun layered design. Or, you know, there's a lot of ways that you could actually get really creative with a simple die like this one. And at only $14.99, you've got 3 different trees to play with. So it's pretty good. Okay, now this one, when you watch the Hero Arts video, and you guys, I'm talking about that one because I think we have some samples here, but there's a lot more samples on that video. But also, what I found out is that there is a layering stencil for this one. And the layering stencil does not seem to be in my shop box, which I thought was odd. But at any rate, so if people are interested in that, when you see the video, definitely let me know because I'll get it ordered on our restock. So this is just a very gorgeous, simple, easy to color backdrop. This is what it looks like if you use the layering stencils and just a simple sentiment. But it also has dies, okay? So what's cool is you can use those stencils and you can color it out, or you can just, you know, stamp it and die cut it. But also you could stamp this and emboss it in white and then do like a cool inking background over it, and that white will resist and you will have a stunning, stunning background that is just simple foliage. And it does have the holly leaves, so it is a little bit, you know, holiday-esque, but depending on the color, it doesn't really have to be all that Christmassy if you don't want it to be. And it says holiday wishes, so you could go with, you know, you could go with alternate colors, absolutely. So this one is $26.99 for the set. Okay, now these are a new set of the Hero Hues Core inks. And so they're now coming out with them in minis, and I am going to do a quick swatch. So for those of you guys that are looking for more colors in that, you know, for your stenciling, where you have these kind of like colors all in a color family, but that you have the different gradients of. These ones are really nice, and the colors are very intense. So I'm just going to kind of swatch these out for you. Now, these ones are a core ink. I'm going to get just a little bit more information about these. But it says a mix of hybrid and dye ink pads. They do have, they are a raised ink pad, and it's got the felt. So these are a sturdy one. They're not the foam ones where you push them into your stamps and they gush all over the place. And they dry quick on paper. So that's already dry. Okay. See that? And that was straight from the pad. So I'm just going to kind of swatch these out. These are beautiful reds for the holidays. That's why they put these ones in the batch, because, you know, I'm always asked for reds at the holidays. And this is, okay, so this one looks, it's called Pale Tomato. Here it looks pink, but it's kind of like a pink red. So all of these are fantastic reds, but they're all slightly different. So you can use them. I'm going to just give this one a little bit more color right there. Okay. But so you just got like 4 different shades of red. I really actually like that. So, you know, honestly, like it doesn't have as much variation as some of the others, but what I'm kind of excited about, because I hadn't swatched these before, is that you actually get 4 very bold reds, but in different shades, which could be really, really useful. Because sometimes, you know, red isn't red, right? You've got this red or that red. So, and these packs of 4 ink cubes are $12.99. So super reasonable, right in line with everybody else's prices. And then we have a green one. So these are the ones that came in our box. So, Pine. Oh boy, so pretty. And that one is Fresh Lawn. I do believe if anybody had a color that they loved that they wanted in a full-size ink pad, I'm pretty sure that all of these colors are also available in full size. This might just be the first time they're available in the minis. Okay, so that was Green Apple, and that one is Kiwi. So actually it looks like, did I get these backwards? I might have. Did I switch these? I might have. All right. Well, I'll research that afterwards. So either, because to me it looks like that's Kiwi and that's Green Apple. But at any rate, so these ones are more along the lines of those greens that are kind of in a green color family. And I'm looking at these for those of you guys that have like the Pink Fresh inks. These do look like they could be really nice complements to that set without being too much of a like a duplication. Because the other thing about this is even with their light colored inks, these are really bold colors, really bold. Okay, so there's that. And so we've got the red and we've got the green, and I will have the swatches out on the table for tomorrow as well. Okay, so those are $12.99. And then lastly, I wanted to show you guys these. Okay, so these are the Hero Arts transfers. And these are a recent release product from Hero Arts in that they haven't been doing transfers for a long time. They came out with it maybe 2 or 3 releases ago. And when we get the transfers in, they go like crazy. People are loving them. Okay, so you've got $6.50 for 2 sheets of the same transfer. Now, here's the deal. For the video, okay, if you guys, this is for those of you guys that are watching, if you want either of the packages of the transfers, let me know you want a full pack. If you want a half pack and we can find you a buddy, I will swap. So you will get 1 word and 1 bow and 1 word and 1 bow. But it has to be even people. Okay, so if anybody wants those half sets, be sure to put your name in there. And even if you're watching this later, if you do want a half set, put your name in the comments of the video on Facebook, I guess, because after, how am I going to do this later? Okay, so I'm only going to do this through Saturday because otherwise this could go on forever. And it's possible that I may have to order more of these if this is a big thing for you guys. But through Saturday, I will split these. So then it'll be $6.50 and you'll get 1 sheet of each. If that's something of interest. If it's not of interest, just say you want a full pack and my life is even easier. Okay? All right. So next up, I wanted to talk about, what time is it? I have one more. Let me go grab one thing. I forgot to bring it over, and then we'll talk about the other thing I have. Hold on. Okay. So before we get into let's talk about this. So you guys, I am super excited because we just got in 3 new Stampin' Die bundles from Simon Hurley. So from my Spellbinders orders, I was able to order these 2 together from Spellbinders, and they bundle them, which means there's a savings. So I've only seen the bundle on Spellbinders though. So that was the only way I was able to get it. These are so brand new. I didn't even see them in the Spellbinders catalog. I barely have seen anything Simon is doing about these. So I don't really know much about when the release date is or was, but they're in my box. So I'm going to show them to you guys because there was nothing about not being available. Okay. So this first one, and all of them are the same price. Now, here's what's awesome. These sets from Simon Hurley, these stamp sets, are such a great value. Last week, we talked about that floral one from him. You guys remember? And let me see if I have it sitting around, which I probably don't. I have, oh, look, the packaging. I don't know where the stamp set is. That's not helpful, Brooke. And his stamp sets are really, really well priced for large made in the US stamp sets. Okay. And now you package it with the dies. Look at all the dies that you get. I mean, fantastic. And these are a really good size. They're very icon size. And the bundle is only $44.99. So great price. So like this little dog right here, when you cut him out with his dye, he's going to be just under 3 inches. But look at how cute these are. So I don't know. I don't know if that is a dog thing, because I don't own a dog, but Simon is young, right? And so we found that out with the Slippery When Wet ink from last week. So I don't know if this is what old people think dogs are smelling, but oh, that just made me funny. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm Mutts About You, but I am in love with this dog set. You know, they are so full of life. And what's really fun is that, so a lot of times with cats, cat people buy cat stuff because cats look like cats. You color it a different color, it still looks like a cat. Dog people really like dogs that look like they're dogs, right? So I like it when they put out characters like this, and these are fun. They're cute dogs, but they're a little bit more sassy than, you know, like a Lawn Fawn cute type dog, which are really cute from their most recent release. So this one is kind of that in between where it's not a realistic dog, but they are really fun. So you absolutely could give these to an older card receiver if that was your hesitation with the Lawn Fawn ones. I'm gonna have to go see if I can figure out what this is about, because I can't stop reading it. It's just making me laugh so much. So we have this one in stock. I do know that I have a couple people that are all in on dog stuff, and so they have a reservation on these without even seeing them. So if you want them, be sure to let me know, because these guys very well could go quickly. Okay, so that one is Hot Diggity Dog. And then we have a beautiful floral. So this one is called Watercolor Floral. And again, this one has a set of dies, same price. You know, it's really interesting to me because a lot of times with stamps and dies and things like that, they, you know, they're based on metal and stuff. And all three of the stamp sets I'm showing you today are the exact same price. So they're all $44.99. I don't know how they managed to do that, but I mean, you get gobs of dies, right? And so given that the stamp sets are normally what, like $22 or $23, I mean, that makes this die set $21. And if you were to buy any die set with that many dies already, it would not be in that price range. So it would definitely be more than that because of the metal. So, okay, so let's talk about this one. I don't think there's some pictures kind of on the back, so you can, it just kind of tells you what you can, you know, what it cuts out. But what is going to be gorgeous about this one, I've seen some of the samples that have been done. These ones really are meant to be, you put like an ink on, maybe you spray it with water and give it that watercolor effect when you stamp it. Maybe you try your watercolor powders, your Color Burst, your Pixie powders, that kind of thing. And then spray it, see how they go. Kind of a long time ago, we carried some stamps from a company. They were rubber stamps, but they were kind of designed in this realm where you put some color on, you spray it, and then when you stamp it, you get a gorgeous watercolor effect. So I'm really excited to see these guys here. Now, this one is, oh, fantastic. So this stamp right here is just over 4 1/4. So yes, my friends, this will be a beautiful floral, a beautiful like watercolor floral panel on an A2 card. that's going vertically. Won't fit horizontally, but it definitely will fit vertically with a little bit of overhang so that it'll be easy for you to line up. Okay, so now this last one. This one is for my nautical, hi Veronica, my nautical people. All right, now this one is called Smooth Sailing. And so there's a couple things that are different about this set that we didn't see with those, okay? So you've got the layering, you've got this color layering with the lighthouse. So you can line that up and just stamp it. You do have your number of sentiments. You also have these stamps that give you a lot of texture. However, you can stamp those and also combine them with a texture die, okay, to give that texture of the stamp even more texture. So that's not something we really see, right? So we see a stamp or we see a die, but we don't see the die that adds the texture to a texture stamp. I mean, pretty cool. Here's the other thing. This isn't here yet because it wasn't available at Spellbinders, but I think it'll be coming, it should be coming any day now, I'm hoping. There is also a coloring stencil for this set that colors the boats and the lighthouse. So this set for people that like nautical stuff or that are looking for, you know, kind of encouragement things, thinking of you during these tough times, wishing you smooth sailing, you light up my life. I love this one. Happy birthday. Today is all about you. Okay, that, I do love a good pun, and that's a good one. So this one is called Smooth Sailing, and the stencils should be here. They were pretty reasonably priced. Honestly, I ordered these so long ago that I don't quite remember, but I will double check on those, you know, here in a little bit, but they were really reasonably priced. It just depends on if there was 1 or 2 stencils in the package, which is what I cannot remember. Okay, so those are the new stamp sets from Simon Hurley. Now, my friends, let's talk about the goodness. Okay, so for those of you guys that read my email this morning, today is launch day of the new Distress glazes. And I put in my newsletter, for those of you that read to the bottom, that we had 5 bundles in stock, okay? And that the first 5 people who came to pay for their bundle with cash or check could take theirs home today. Those have all been spoken for. They've actually all been taken home. The reason that I put down 5 is because I needed this one. So these are all the new colors of Distress Glaze. And if you look at the email that I sent out earlier, there is special pricing if you order 3 or more. We will have more of these coming. So don't worry about that. Your very best pricing is the bundle, because I know a lot of people are once you get a few of them, you fall in love, and then you need to get some more. So this is the next set. Now, the questions that I have been getting asked all day are you sure I don't have these? So the way that the glazes were released is that when they were first announced, there was, I don't know, maybe a first 12 or 16 or something like that, right? And then those were the first ones. And then he started releasing all these new colors, and we're on the 11 of 12 new colors. So there's one more to come. And each of the new colors as they've been released has also had a glaze. So I think we're up to like 26 colors. That leaves a whole lot more in the Distress line that doesn't have their glazes yet. This is some of those, pre these 12 new colors. This is from that line. These haven't been released yet, so you wouldn't have them. But the reason I had such a limited amount in store is because these have been here for, I don't know, maybe a month and a half, something like that. It feels like forever. And as soon as they shipped them, they said, oh, we're pushing back launch date a week. And then they decided to push it back indefinitely because they needed to make sure that they could have enough stock for a proper launch because it was looking so popular. So that being said, indefinitely meant I don't know when that's coming. And so I didn't order more. I had some here for when they sprung release day on us. And then I have more, on hold waiting for me to get shipped. So that's why we've got kind of a weird amount in stock. And we have the pre-order out because there was a couple here for people to pick up, but most of the glazes will end up in that next shipment. Okay. So I wanted to take a moment to swatch these. Let me grab these cards. Okay. So last week, remember we talked about these cards that Sue brought in, and funny enough, it was not necessarily, we didn't just happen to talk about it because the glazes were coming out, because Sue didn't know that. I did, but Sue didn't know that. And so she just happened to bring me these on Wednesday morning. So last week when we talked about these, remember, she very nicely made us this cheat sheet for the inside. And so she used the Wilted Violet Oxide ink pad with the Wilted Violet glaze over the top, and then a regular spray stain, not oxide because that's opaque, but a regular spray stain. And that's how she got this. So using the oxide with the glaze gives you a really, really bold color. But when you use the glaze with a translucent embossing ink, then it becomes translucent and you can actually see the stuff that's underneath. Okay. So what I thought we would do is take just a few minutes. How much time do I have? I have, just a few minutes. And while I may not swatch all of these, I did just kind of want to go through a couple to give you guys an idea of what we were looking at there. Okay. Okay, so I grabbed 2 oxides. I grabbed Squeeze Lemonade and Peacock Feathers so that we could give these guys a try. And I'm not going to do anything super complicated. Let me see. I just want to make sure I'm still on screen here. Other than just swatch these. Okay. Just like that. And then I grabbed my embossing dauber. Oh, well, you know what? I probably should have stamped an image, but that's okay. This will give you kind of a color thing. But I guess I do need, well, I don't think the Distress Oxide has quite as long of an open time. So we'll see how well I've done here, because I probably should have been a little bit more prepared, but some days you got what you got, right? All right. Did it stick? Oh, look, it didn't stick at all. Nope. Okay, so we're going to try that again. Let me just heat this one real quick. Hold on. Now, I had a big brush. Well, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so I heated my tool just a little bit so that it'll melt quickly, but not as much as I should have, I think. I don't have my light, so actually my angle is a little bit weird today for me, but I think they're good. Okay, so that's that one, and then let me just dust that off so I don't get powder on my ink pad. And then just so it's not a double, because I will just do it right there. And then we'll go a little bit more quickly than I did before. There we go. Now it's going to work. Yep, now it's sticking. Okay, so I'm going to heat my stuff again. And actually what I did is I went a little bit over the first swatch just to see if it makes a difference. Because sometimes when you're testing colors, it's fun to, especially if it's just that easy, to see if we're going to get a different color where it was doubled. But I did do pad direct to paper, so the ink color is pretty intense as it is. Okay, so you can see how much variation you can get with the color by using the oxides that coordinate. So that is, that's actually pretty fun to play with. Let me put this back in. Okay, so this go around, I'm gonna grab my coffee filter first because I just learned my lesson, right? And it's on the table. Where am I going? I am going to have this one ready. We're going to do peacock feathers because that's the other oxide that I grabbed. And let me get the seal off of this one. These, well, Vicki, that's a good question. These are embossing powders, okay? But they're all translucent and they coordinate. Thanks, Jamie. And they coordinate with the distress colors. So they're in the distress color family, but they are all embossing powders. However, they are a translucent embossing powder, so it does mean that you can see through them. And we'll try something out here in just a minute, okay? Let me just do the peacock feathers and see. I'm going to try this a little bit different way to see if I can get, and to be honest, you guys, I usually use the other one, but I couldn't find it. I like the Ranger branded bottle a little bit better because it's a little bit squishier to squeeze to get the stuff out. Okay. All right. Get on there quickly. Okay. All right, looks good. And let me just move that out of the way. I don't know where my lid went. Okay, heat up my tool. Well, yeah, and because, like, WOW, who we've carried for a long time, they have translucent powders too. And some of those powders can do a similar thing, but you may not get them necessarily in a palette that coordinates with your distress inks that you have already. Because most embossing powders, when they're melted, will give you that resist effect. It's just these ones you can get different variations because you have some coordinating other products. Plus, then you also have the option of, inking with your regular inks to create kind of a tone-on-tone resist if you wanted to as well. Okay? All right. So that is that is the peacock feathers. Wow, that is so pretty. And just look at how much variation you get when you use it, because I know a lot of people already have the oxides. So it's going to just work really nice hand in hand with what you already have. And if you don't have the oxides already, or if you don't have all of the oxides, we've got the full selection in stock. So I always try to stay as stocked as possible. We might be out of 1 or 2 colors, but we do carry the full line of the Distress Oxide pads and re-inkers. So we carry all the re-inkers as well. And we carry the full line of the Distress pads and re-inkers, as well as the Distress mini pads. Okay, so now let's see. Let's do, I'm trying to see what I actually have on the table here. Okay, so if I take this guy, and I didn't prepare for the stamping part of this, but actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me go grab something else. Let me see if this will work, because this could be really fun. Okay, so of the colors that are remaining, which ones should we try? Let's try Seedless Preserves, and let's try Aged Mahogany. Those two look pretty close together in the okay. I wanted to just see how they're going to look on this book paper. Now, this may not give us a true color, because as I open this book, I realize it's not very white, but that's okay. We're going to try it anyways, because I had to climb up there and get that book. Okay, so we've got that one and Seedless. Okay, so let's do Seedless Preserves first. Get this out. And so, you know, you could die cut flowers out of this. Now, this one is a really old dictionary book, so it also is kind of brittle. So it tears really well, but it doesn't always die cut really well. But we're gonna, and I don't really know if this is, oh, shit. Oop, I just said that too. And I just did, because, and the director's not even here to blame him on. All right, hang on a minute, guys. We're going to do this a different way. Oh, my God. I am carrying WOW. Yes, Susan. Yeah, we still carry it. We just don't carry as many colors as we used to, because we just found that they just weren't moving. People weren't buying colors as much as they buy them when they're in the trios, but they just weren't buying the individual colors as much. So we carry the basics, because I do love the basics, and that polished gold and polished silver, which is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that on there. Hang on a minute, guys. I've just created a monster mess with nobody else here, so nobody but me to blame. And I am going to get a different piece of paper, because that one is very saturated. Yes, that silver and gold, that polished silver and gold from WOW is phenomenal. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. All right. So I probably have enough on here. this guy. Let's just see. All right, just because I can see that I'm already prone to a little bit of a mess today. We're going to just put all this stuff away. Okay. All right, now we're going to heat the heat tool. This one is Seedless Preserves. Now, just a reminder, if you are very prone to being sensitive to smells and things like that, embossing powder, when you melt it, doesn't necessarily have a smell, but it is a melted plastic. So you may want to just be careful or wear a mask if you're going to do a lot of it. As I was picking it up, I got some wrinkles in it, so I'm just going to see if I can settle that down. I don't know if I can, but oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. You guys, look at how cool that looks. Can you see that? Oh, it's so neat. It actually looks like I just smeared like grape jelly or blackberry jelly or something on here. It is Seedless Preserves, so you know that does make sense. But okay, so then we're going to do the aged mahogany real quick. Let's see what I've got still on my brush. Oh, I've got plenty. Okay, and another one of these. You can see that I was running a little bit more out of ink on my brush, but it's okay. It's going to still give us a good swath of color. Okay. And so this one that we're going to do is aged mahogany. So part of the reason you guys see me lift this up is because when you're heating the paper, right, it needs to melt. And if you're heating it on top of a surface like my glass surface, it's totally heat resistant, but some of that heat is getting sucked into the base underneath and it will take longer to melt. So what I'm doing is just lifting it up because then it's not removing any of the heat. So look at how beautiful that is. And over, can you imagine this one for like some stuff with Christmas? Because over those words, you get a really cool background, but oh, I just love it. So that is basically 4 of the 12 colors. So we've swatched Seedless Preserves, we've swatched Aged Mahogany, Squeezed Lemonade, and Peacock Feathers. And then the other colors that we haven't swatched yet are Mermaid Lagoon, Abandoned Coral, spiced marmalade, bundled sage, pumice stone, mowed lawn, crushed olive, and chipped sapphire. Now, just kind of one last thing about these is that they are translucent. So if these were opaque powders, they would show up on like dark colors. But because they are translucent, putting them on like a black paper isn't going to do you any good. Okay. It just isn't really going to give you the effect that you need. You might see maybe a little bit of a tint or something if you look really hard, but really it's not going to give you what you need. However, you know what? Actually, friends, let's try something, because this is something I haven't necessarily done. So let's try this, because I bet you this would be cool. Okay, so, and then I really am going to call it a day, I promise. Not going to waffle on forever and ever. But let's try, if I want to do the oxides on a black, or the glaze on a black, I'm going to take my Peacock, and I'm going to use my oxide pad, and then we're going to put the glaze on it. Okay. And look at that. I bet you that is going to be awesome. So if you do need to use the glaze on dark colors, you're going to need your oxides. Okay, and then we'll melt this one. And then I promise you guys, that's it. Hi, Christine. No worries. Yep. So there you go. So it will show up. And how pretty is that? Oh my goodness. Gosh. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so that's our answer about glazes on dark colors, is that you do need that oxide, because the oxide gives you the opacity that you need to be able to see the color. But still, you know, you're going to get, I mean, they're close. If I were to cut these out so you didn't have the you know, stuff around it, but this has a black underneath and this has a white, so you're going to have that little bit of color difference, okay? All right, that is kind of what I had for the demo today. I am going to go really quick as a review through things so that you guys kind of know what we covered. And right after this, I will post that Hero Arts video. It's only like 5 minutes, so that you guys can see the other samples and then you can make your decisions. Okay, so first off, the one that I know is going to sell out the quickest is the Stripper Reindeer, or the Cute Reindeer. Either way, he's only $9.99, and he makes a really just a really quick and easy kind of a peeking card. Or if you have, you know, sassy friends, you can kind of play on that theme. Okay, so that one is the reindeer one, and then we've got this one here is $26.99. This is the Christmas foliage. There is a layering stencil that goes with this one that I don't have in store, but can get my hands on for you. But I think actually when you see the video, the prettiest samples of this one were where they used it with an embossing powder as a resist. But you guys, could you even just imagine if you took this, just like we did here, right? And you stamped and embossed this with, say, peacock feathers, and then used your inks to color it a different color, and this will act as a resist, like how you know, how Sue was playing with in these cards. So now that we've kind of talked about that, you can think about these in a whole different way, because it may or may not be, you know, a design you love, but when you think about it as a background pattern and a tone on tone or a resist or something like that, it could be very, very cool. And you've got the little dies that go with it. So this one is Christmas Foliage, $26.99. And then we have these 3 trees, and we went into some details about how it could be used for shaker cards or tags or something like that. So these 3 trees are $14.99. And then this one also had some really, really pretty samples. The samples I liked the best were actually the simpler ones where you didn't even have to color it. This one is the Merry Foliage, and it's $32.99, and this has got the stamps and the dies. And then this one is their color layering stamp set. So you've got stamps, dies, you've got the little critters in silhouettes, and you've got, you know, some snow and some lights in various ways you can do it. You've got the diagram on the back here. Also, if you left off the red, you're going to just get a nice evergreen tree, which is something we always need around here. So this great bundle is $38.99, and it's a large stamp set. So you're going to get a lot more stamp for the money on that one. And then this one is the new holiday season messages bundle. So we've had stamps like this one from Hero Arts before that have these dies that cut out so much detail on those words. And so these work really, really well for giving you a nice kind of designed sentiment that doesn't have a huge footprint, but you still have that interesting, you know, border around it and stuff like that. So this one is $32.99, and it does include your Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Fall, Grateful for You. So a couple of other non, you know, holiday specific ones. And then this one here this is the candy cane die. It's $19.99. You actually get 2 candy cane sizes and 2 bows. And then you get the backdrops. So there's a couple different ways you can actually do these candy canes, because you can do it really, really easy where they've done it here where it cuts white with red as the backdrop and puts that in. Or you can cut it out with one color, cut it out with a second color, and then glue, you know, glue the outline onto the backdrop and then paper piece in that other color. And then it'll be all one layer, but you'll still have those multiple colors. So different ways that you can use that. And then the Christmas foliage that's on this one, it's actually some really nice, quite detailed little foliage pieces. That all comes from this set right here. And this one has a number of nice words and then some great sentiments. And you'll see some cards in the video that use these little pine cones too. $24.99 on that one. And then we have 2 new rub-ons from Hero, and their rub-ons have been going really well in the past. So these are $6.50 per package, and if you want the packages as is, that's great. And so I gave this as an offer to people earlier in the video, that as long as I have a pair of people to match together, I will split these, because each of these packages comes with 1 sheet a piece, or I mean comes with 2 sheets a piece. So this comes with 2 words and this one comes with 2 bows. So if there are a pair of people that would like to split these, I will do the splitting, and then you can get 1 sheet of each, okay? And it'll be still $6.50, but there has to be an even number of people. Okay. And then we talked about the new Stamp and Die combos from Simon Hurley. So these just arrived. I'm really excited, and I really have not seen very much out there about these yet. A little bit from Simon, but not very much. So this is the Hot Diggity Dog, and you've got these really fun, like in motion type dogs, and they're cute, but like an adult cute almost. And then you've got a really generous pack of matching dies. And so the set for this large stamp set is $44.99. So there's definitely savings involved versus getting them separately when you get them as the bundle. But really, really like the dog set. And then I'm excited about this one too, because this is the watercolor flowers. And so you can stamp your water reactive inks. Hero has some really nice water reactive inks that would look good, or you can do your watercolor powders, sprinkle those on and spray them and then stamp. You're going to get some really, really neat images. Even if you don't spray the water on, you're still going to get images that look like they are watercolored. This one is going to be gorgeous on an A2 card because it's a little bit over 4 1/4. And then it also comes with the generous set of dies for cutting everything out, including the words. That one is $44.99. And then this one, which has the unique properties that we talked about earlier, in that you've got some cool nautical stuff. You've got some, my new favorite pun, happy birthday, today is all about you. I think that is fantastic. But you've got these texture stamps in the shells. So you can use your stamps and do that and cut the outline. But as an added bonus, you actually have this piece here that's going to cut the texture into that image to give it even more. So you'll have the ink and you'll have the die to give it the texture. Also, there is a coloring stencil that wasn't available from Spellbinders directly. So I've got that coming from a different route, but it goes with this set. So I will let you guys know when that arrives. And I don't know exactly how much that is. And then lastly, we talked about its release date for the embossing glazes. And this is where, for those of you guys that were joining us a little bit later, this is probably where you popped in. There are 12 new colors of glazes. These ones have not been released before, so you can check your stash, but you won't have these colors because today was the day. So there are 12 colors. All the information is in the newsletter that I sent out today. And I believe the newsletter is posted on Facebook, although I didn't double check it, but I think it probably is. And it shows all of the colors close up, so you can pick and choose if you want. But your best pricing is going to be with the full bundle. And somebody actually told me today that she looked around at the bundle prices from some of the other people, and we have the best price. So grab it while it's available. All the ones I had in stock are gone though. So now we are into the next shipment. So that's just kind of a heads up for that. I had people come in and be very, very eager to grab their sets. So that's what I had to show you for today. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.